Bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va? Welcome to French class. Today we are going to look at ER verbs in French. ER verbs are verbs that conjugate, like for example, aimer, and it's a ER verb because in the infinitive form it ends in ER. This is the stem and this is the ending. So the infinitive, it's aimer and means to like, and this is the infinitive for English. So it's a huge category of verbs, and there are many verbs, ER verbs in that category. So what you want to remember that most of them are regular, so you will just keep the stem in the infinitive, drop the ER, and add all the endings for the ER verbs in the present tense. So let's look at the conjugation. J'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, on aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. So this is the stem, and as you can see, it's regular because it is the same and stem than the infinitive, and you just drop here the er and you add the ending of the conjugation of the er verbs in the present tense. So you notice here that you have a G apostrophe, but it's really a je, but in front of a voyelle, the E is gonna drop. It's also doing it in front of H. So you also notice that we do not pronounce again the final S. Tu aimes, tu aimes. Same here, nous aimons. We don't hear that S. Vous aimez. We don't hear the Z. And here, very important, that's the ending. You do not say en and you do not pronounce the T. So, ils aiment. En here is like a final silent E. Ils aiment. Elles aiment. Very silent. But you will do here the liaison between the S and a word that starts with voyelle. Nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, et elles aiment. So let's see now a few ER verbs conjugated like aimer. Remember, that's the stem, that's the ending. We're going to drop the ending and add the ending of the present tense for the ER verb. So we have the verb habiter, means to live. J'habite à Paris. Here again, the je, it's a je, but becomes G apostrophe in front of the H. Jouer, to play. Je joue au foot. Parler, to speak. Écouter, to listen to. Nous écoutons de la musique. You see, we drop the ER and we add the ending for the new. Nous écoutons de la musique. Étudier is very interesting. Étudier. As you notice here, étudier, that's the stem. You see, you have the I in the stem. That's the ending. So when you conjugate that verb, you want to keep that I. J'étudie. You need that I because it's part of the stem and you just add the E2 when you drop the ER. Same for the entire conjugation, you need to keep that I. J'étudie, nous étudions. Very important. Visiter, to visit. Danser, to dance. Travailler, travailler means to work. Let's not confuse travailler with in English to travel. That is in French voyager. Yes. Voilà. So some ER verbs are going to have small spelling changes. So for example, the verbs ending in C, like commencer, you see, avancer, yes, those verbs are going to have a small change in the new form. So you want to remember before O and A and U, the C does not makes the sound que. So we want to have the same sound that is the infinitive C. Therefore, we need to add the CCD. So everything else is going to be the same and regular, except here, the new form, nous commençons, we need to add that CCD to have the same sound than the infinitive. For the verb ending in G, like voyager, manger, nager, here too we're going to have that very small change in the new form, nous voyageons, because G in front of O, in front of A, in front of U, it's go, ga, gu. So we want to have the same sound as the infinitive voyager, and therefore we need to add that E. And that would be only at the new form. So a few additional spelling changes in the ER verbs. Verbs like acheter, acheter. Look at the change here. It's accent grave. It's different than the infinitive for the je, tu, il, but that the nous and the vous form, we go back on the infinitive form. And it's when you pronounce, it makes a difference. J'achète, tu achètes, il achète, nous achetons, vous achetez, il ou elle achète. Verb like appeler, you see here one L. So here, je, tu, il, and the plural, we're going to double that consonant. But for the nous and the vous form, we're going to go back on the form of the infinitive. J'appelle, tu appelles, il appelle. Attention, nous appelons, vous appelez, et il ou elle appelle. So the pronunciation is different as well. Here we have verbs like préférer, répéter, and espérer. It's going to be this one that's going to change. Look, je préfère. Here we have an accent aigu, and it's going to become accent grave for the je, tu, il form and the plural. And again, for the nous and the vous, we're going to go back to the infinitive form. And again, it's going to make a slight difference in the pronunciation. Je préfère, tu préfères, il ou elle préfère, nous préférons. Notice, on préfère, nous préférons. Vous préférez et il ou elle préfère. Accent grave, the mouth is more open and we close our mouth to do the nous and the form to pronounce. Verbs like envoyer, payer, essayer, we have a Y here. And again, a change. The Y is going to become a I in the je, tu, il ou elle form. And the plural form. But the nous and the vous, we're going to stay on the infinitive form. J'envoie, very silent. Tu envoies, il ou elle envoie, but here, nous envoyons, nous envoyons, vous envoyez, il ou elle envoie. Voilà, I hope it helps. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. I will see you in the next video. Au revoir.